All right, traders, I'm going to prepare you to trade the best setups at the best prices. Tomorrow's going to be a very lucrative and volatile trading day, and we are at key critical make or breaker support on the SPY. In terms of my trading plan, the best setup at the best price did not trigger, so I ended up making lotto trades. With that being said, I had a 6-win streak in a row with call options. I ended up having 10 wins in total, 6 wins in a row, and 3 losses, making 13 trades. In terms of all of the percentage combined with the option contracts, it was over a 150% return. I'm going to be recapping some of those trades during the end of this video, but I'm going to start things off with preparing you to trade the best setups at the best prices, so you will be the most prepared heading into the market open. So here's where I want you to understand in terms of where we are at in the overall market. What you are looking at are 30-minute candlesticks, right? So this is a 10-day, 30-minute chart, and as you can see, this is what I want to point out. You had previous resistance on the SPY right here towards this $408 resistance level. It had a massive pullback from 408 all the way down to $400. As you know, if a major resistance level has a breakout and reacts to support, instead of having a massive pullback, it's going to have a massive breakout. And this is the key. You always want to look for overreactions, and here's some trading tips I can give you. If you see a stock have a massive breakout above a resistance level, like it had from here from 408.50 to 418, set a price alert at that previous resistance level, and once it has a massive crash after breaking out, you're going to want to look to buy that stock for a quick scalp the first time it retests that previous resistance level. It is likely to bounce. And that's what I was doing today. And you're probably wondering, well, Will, what is it that you're talking about? I kept saying within my chat room, and these were a lot of the lotto trades that I was taking, we had previous higher resistance on the SPY right here at $411 to $410.50. As you can see, we had a lot of resistance around this level, but the SPY had a massive breakout all the way to $416.50. So if it instantly drops back to that previous resistance right around here, which is what we can say is going to be like 410.50 to 411 zone, and it reacts bullish and forms bullish confirmations, then I'm going to start buying call options. And that was some of the main trades that I was doing. I also combined that theory that the previous resistance should react to support the first time on the initial reaction after it has a massive breakout with this trading pattern that most people trading the SPY did not pick up on. And you're probably wondering, well, Will, what was the trading pattern? This was the trading pattern that I was using on the 30-minute chart. So you see how it's kind of like slanted red bearish candlesticks, and then it has these 4 slanted green bullish candlesticks. Look at this. The same exact pattern began to form. It had these 2 slanted red candles, and then it had these 3 slanted bullish candlesticks. And on the 4th candle, it said that it was going to spike and it was going to break out. Take a look at that pattern one more time. You have these 2 red bearish slanted candlesticks, you have these 2 bearish red candlesticks, and then it forms this green bullish candlestick, and then you have 2 more slanted to the upside on the green, 2 more slanted to the upside on the green. What happens on the 4th candle? On the 4th candle, it breaks out. And right here on the 4th candle, it did have a nice little breakout before it closed weak right before the last 2 minutes. So I was capitalizing off of calls based off of this 30-minute pattern history, and also based off of the previous resistance reacting as a support level, because that's what should happen on the initial reaction, because the SPY had a massive breakout above that resistance at 411. So the first time it retests the previous resistance, it's likely going to react as a support level, the same way the SPY had a massive breakout at $408. The same time it goes back to $408 after having a massive pullback. That previous resistance should react as a floor, Now that is a lotto trade. That's not the best setup at the best price. So basically what I would be looking for in a sense is I look for a massive break above resistance, and then once it instantly drops back to that resistance, overreaction to the downside, I look to scalp a call option at that specific level, right? So that was a beauty, and you could have done it right here at 408.50. That was a wonderful trading opportunity, man. So that's one trade in terms of a lotto sense that I took advantage of multiple times. I scalped call options 6 times within an hour and a half of these candles and had 6 wins in a row. Then I had 1 loss. Then I ended up winning more. Then I had 2 more losses, and then I called it. But anyways, with that being said, man, it was 10 for 13. And in terms of where we are in the market, this is what I want you to understand. The bulls are going to be in trouble if 410.65 breaks down and reacts as a resistance level. So what I want you to understand is we had a massive breakout above the previous resistance level at $411. We had a nice breakout. But previous support right here towards 414, 415 reacted as a resistance. Now we just got slammed straight back down to that previous resistance at 411. It is bouncing, which is bullish, but it keeps forming lower highs, and it did not close strong. And the daily candlestick on the chart is not the most bullish. But one thing you do need to be aware of is SPY has been on a very strong uptrend throughout over a month, where it turns all of these previous resistance levels into support level. Meaning right here, you see the previous resistance at 408. It has a massive breakout. If it instantly gets slammed right back down to 408, you scalp calls, right? It's been doing that pattern for over a month. In order for that pattern to start to break and for the bears to gain some control, they would need to crack 410.65, turn that into resistance. If that can happen, then we see a drop to $408, which is make or break. They're going to try to bounce it again at 408 before selling off. So the bulls, for true strength, would need to turn a floor at 410.65. If it gaps up, comes back down, 410.65 reacts as a support, then it's going to be a buy. Max risk under 410. Now, if the SPY gaps down, right now it's gapping up, but if the SPY gaps down and you see 410.65 react as a resistance, it could be a quick scalp for puts, but you got to be careful, man. And this is the problem with puts at the moment. Previous resistance is reacting as support, and there's a gap that's waiting to fill above at 415.19. So the best price to short the SPY and to buy the put options is at $415.19 for that very nice micro bull trap. So previous resistance is bouncing. It's trying to remain bullish. To truly remain bullish for the short term, it must stay above the 410s to 410.65. If it does that, they're going to keep on trying to break this out above 412 to send it to fill the gap at 415.19. So my best levels to trade the SPY are going to be $415.19 for puts, and 410.65 is make or break support. Here's what we know. We know there's a gap to fill above. We know the SPY has been turning previous resistance into support, and it's been on an overall bullish trend when that occurs. And we also know that it's been holding this previous 410 level. 410.65 is make or break. If it can't hold, they're going to dump it to $408. If it does hold, they're going to send it to 412. If it breaks above 412 and reacts as a support level, then we rock it to fill the gap at 415.19. That is where we are in terms of the state of the market. We are at make or break previous resistance that is currently reacting as a support level. And in terms of what the SPY is doing right now, the SPY is having a small gap up. It is gapping up at 411.65. You can see we have a very nice doji here on the chart. I talk about these dojis all the time. We got a nice 30-minute doji here at that support. So the bulls are showing up, and they're still trying to remain in control. We will see how we react tomorrow at the best setups, at the best prices. We have a gap to fill at 410.65, and we have a gap to fill at 415.19. On the higher gaps, you're going to want to focus on puts and shorts. On the lower gaps, you're going to want to focus on calls. Just remember, calls have already been printing at this previous resistance, which is turning into support, right? Which is bullish, but it can only print for so long. So you got to be careful and use a max risk. If you buy calls, the max you should risk is below 410. If it can't work at 410, it's not going to work. Do not hold. We have this meme going on within the chat room, holding hopes. We're going to be getting hoodies made saying holding hopes. One thing we do not do is hold our hopes. We're not holding hopes. We get in, we get out. If it cannot work at the best steps at best prices, if it cannot work at these levels, it is not going to work. You must get stopped out. There is no holding and hoping, man. We're not bag holding these. We are getting in and out like snipers. Boom, within 5 minutes, 20, 30, 40, 50% returns. Boom, within a minute or two, stopped out, 15, 20% loss. We're getting out very, very quickly in terms of these options. With that being said, that's my overall views on the market. I'll be focused on 410.65 and 415.19. If there is no best setups at the best prices, there should be at least one of them tomorrow. Those two will be the best setups at best prices. I'm sure I will identify patterns to make some lotto trades. The lotto trades have been hitting. In terms of the system that we've developed within Trader Society, just to be very clear about this, we have a trading system. And if you're probably wondering, well, Will, what's the trading system? The trading system is I show you the trading plan. So in the key levels, this is where I show you the best setups at the best price. Our plan for today was to buy puts at 415.19. We did do some lotto trades where people were buying puts at 414 at the exact top and they absolute banked. But in terms of the best setup at the best price, those are in the key levels. These are the best setups at the best prices. This is the best trades you're going to possibly get. Once a key level triggers, I then go live on stream. When a price alert triggers at the best setup, the best price, I go live on stream. I wait for confirmation. If we get a confirmation, if I like the trade idea, I take the trade. Then I alert it real time. That is the step-by-step system. And then I recap the trades within my channel. And there's also a video lesson library of over 100 hours of content. I'm telling you, man, the polls are coming in and the results have been fairly good, man. Fairly good results in terms of the polls that were coming in, especially since we've had a lot of people just join the program. But with that being said, in terms of the SPY floor, this is where we make the lotto trades. The lotto trades are not the best setups at the best prices. They are only ideal if you are successful and if you have a larger account and if you understand the trade and what it is that we're doing and you like the idea and you see what it is that we're seeing and you want to take the risk, then you could take it. But it's a lotto trade. It's not the best setup at the best price. And that is something that I truly wouldn't recommend for anyone unless they were super successful and they understood the trade and they understood what it is that we were seeing and they wanted to take it at their own risk. In terms of the trading system, and that is what is going to lead to the best success within Trader Society, it is going to be sticking to the trading system. We create the plan, we set the price alert. In the meantime, you can do whatever you want. I'm going to notify you as well. You should be notified too when your price alerts trigger because you should set the price alerts. But I'm going to notify you when I go live on stream. I'm going to notify you with an announcements. Okay, the price alert is triggered. It's time to potentially trade the best setups at the best prices. Let's wait for the confirmation. If we get the confirmation, take the trade alert at real time. I'll alert it on Discord voice as well, and I'll trade it live on stream. And that's it. And there's going to be 3 to 5 of those every single week, which is more than enough that you need. These are going to be great risk to return ratio plays with big upside potential with very little downside potential because we're getting stopped out quickly. If we're holding and hoping with our losers, then it will be a big loss. That's why we get stopped out very, very quickly. If it cannot work at the best price, it is simply not going to work. So with that being said, that's my overall views in the market. And I explained to you in terms of the calls. So like I said, I picked up on this pattern and I said this well in advance. And another trade we had is I gave very good analysis in the morning, and a shout out to Top G. Top G's trades every single day. His trades are on point every single day, man. I see people say, man, so much money, I made $1,000, $2,000 off these trades that people are posting, man. Top G, he's definitely one of the best traders within Trader Society. His trades are absolutely insane. But I said, man, SPY's trying to partially fill the gap. We have a gap at 415. It just sold off hard from 414.30 all the way down to 413. And I told people, if the SPY instantly rips back up to fill this gap, there was a small intraday gap. So what's a small intraday gap? An intraday gap is a gap that is formed during normal trading hours. You'll see those happen a lot when stocks get halted, like penny stocks. But anyways, there's an intraday gap. Right here on the 1 minute candle, it closed at 414.10. And on the second candle after that, it opened up lower. It opened up at 414.08. So there was a 2-cent gap to fill. I told people, if SPY goes back to 414.10 and fills this gap, it should instantly sell off. We had people read that analysis and they took that trade right here at the exact top and it instantly sold off. It was such a Boehner play, man, at the double top. And your risk would have literally been if it had a new high. And the reward was very, very lucrative. That was a great lotto idea that I ended up giving out. And then in terms of the call idea, the main call idea was this. I kept telling people, the SPY's on this trend where it has resistance right here at 408, and then it has a massive breakout. The first time it goes back to the previous resistance at 408 after having that massive breakout and gets slammed back down, it bottoms and it starts spiking. So I told people the new previous resistance on the SPY, where it just had its new breakout, was right here. See all the resistance at this 411 to 410.50 zone, this little zone right here? Well, once the SPY broke above that, it had a massive breakout. So I told people when we go back to 410.70 to 411, the most likable outcome is going to be a bounce. Once I noticed that it had a double bottom bullish candlesticks on the 30-minute, I combined this trend and I played calls 6 times, 6 straight wins in a row, man. It was absolutely insane. Look at this trend. You have these 2 red candles and then you have these 4 bullish candlesticks. See the double bottom and you see the sideways slant with the bullish candlesticks, right? I took advantage of that pattern at previous resistance, reacting as support. 6 wins on calls, over 100% win in total out of all those option trades combined. Double bottom at the previous resistance, reacting as support, bullish candlesticks, bullish candlesticks, bullish candlesticks. I kept eating the dips this entire time. I kept buying the dips, buying the dips, buying the dips, selling the rips, selling the rips, selling the rips. I did it so many times until it finally stopped working. And when it stopped working, SPY went 20 cents against me and I cut my loss super quick. If I would have held that, it would have been a big loss. But I get out super, super quick when it stops working. I also had a trade where I ended up playing puts literally at support. We got so confident at one point that we were literally, to a degree, not making like the best trades at the best prices. That's how confident we were getting with smaller size, because after I take one loss, I scale back on my size to preserve the capital and protect profits. But as soon as I bought puts at the support level, it instantly crashed. It instantly crashed and sold off very, very hard. That was another nice one when it was at 411.30. As soon as I bought it, I didn't buy puts here, didn't buy puts here, didn't buy puts here. I bought it at 411.30. And as soon as I bought it, man, it went up 10 cents. I added to puts, and then it instantly cracked that key support level. That was another nice trade. But with that being said, man, those were the main setups. Those are the main lotto trades. That should help you a lot in terms of preparation for tomorrow. We're going to absolutely kill it tomorrow, man. We are setting up for some very, very big moves. Right now, we're at previous resistance. We're going to see if 410.50 can react to support. Not an attractive level to be buying puts. If it reacts bearish, I might sit on the sidelines. Your best and most attractive level for puts is at 415.19, man. Do not be a sucker trying to buy puts lows. Previous resistance is reacting as support. That is bullish. There's a gap to fill above at 415.19. That is bullish. Do not be a sucker and buy puts at the lows, right? Don't try to fight something that's holding up. Don't try to hold and hope and all this stuff, man. We're going to play this very strategically tomorrow. You watch. Tomorrow's going to be another nice green day. I've only had one single red day in 2023. And every single time I trade the best set at the best price, it's been a win. So with that, and in terms of lotto trades, the win rate on the lotto trades has been about 67%. In terms of the best setups at the best prices, it's been 100% this year with the gap strategies. With that being said, I'm going to be signing off. If you do want to join Trader Society, now is the best time to join Trader Society. I'm telling you, it's a one-time fee, it's lifetime access, and you get instant access as soon as you join. You could start trading with us tomorrow. All the information is the first link in the description below. I'm telling you, this is the best time to join the program. Within time, we are going to be raising the prices. It is the best time to join. It is a one-time fee. It is lifetime access, and you will get grandfathered in for a lifetime. What we do differently is we have a trading system that works. We prepare people, we show them, okay, this is the trading plan, and we walk them through the plan, we set the price alerts. Then when the price alert triggers, we drop what we're doing. Like I said, as we're waiting for the price alert to trigger, you can do whatever you want. You can make a lotto trade, you can go to the gym, you can do whatever you want, as long as you can get access to a computer or to your phone, wherever you trade, very, very quickly. Once that price alert triggers, you can literally do whatever you want. You don't have to sit here and watch the chat. You don't have to sit here and watch the charts. It's freedom. It's time freedom. It's financial freedom. It's a system, right? So when the price alert triggers, when the plan triggers, we hop on the live stream, we trade the best setups, the best prices, and I also alert the trades here. And I'm on the voice channel when that happens, and I'm live streaming when that happens. In the meantime, you can do whatever you want. In terms of what it is that I do as I'm waiting, I'll look for stocks, so set price alerts on stocks. I'll make some lotto trades with the team. I know how to trade the SPY, and I understand price action. I have the bankroll to trade lotto trades, and I have trust in my team in terms of the ones who are alerting some of the best lotto trades. I'll take some of their trades as well if I see what it is that they're seeing. And with that being said, I'll also do what it is that I want to do, whether it's creating educational content, whether it's working out, going to the gym. So it's freedom, man. And that's what we're doing. We're trading the best sets of prices. If you want to be a part of this team, it is the first link down below in the description. I will see you guys tomorrow live at Market Open.